Hello friends, welcome to my channel DevOps All in One. In my previous video, I have covered the configuration part of Jenkins, which we can achieve through uh, Jenkins dashboard, manage Jenkins options. In my previous video, I have told that I will be covering manage nodes part in my next video. So today I'm going to cover that. So manage nodes comes up with the master slave architecture, where we have a master node and we can create as many slave nodes as possible as per the requirement of your job execution. So by default, Jenkins provides master node, and we have to create a slave nodes based on the needs of an organization. Say suppose you have thousands of projects running in your organization, and to execute all those thousands of jobs in a day uh, will be a overhead for master node to execute simultaneously. So to reduce that workload, we have to create the slave agents. Slave agents are nothing but the agents which are running on another virtual machines. Okay. So as you can see in the picture, master is delegating the jobs to the various slave nodes. So one slave node can be on Windows Server, one slave node can be on Ubuntu, and one can be on Linux machine. Okay, so what is the objective of master node? So master node is used to schedule build jobs. It dispatches the builds to the slaves for execution of job, monitors the slaves and record their build results. It also executes build jobs directly. And what is the objective of slave? So it executes the build jobs which are delegated or dispatched by the master. Okay, so Jenkins can handle parallel and distributed builds. So in this section, you can configure as many build as possible. Okay, and a build node, that is a slave, is another machine that the Jenkins can use to execute its build. So let's see how we can create these slave nodes practically on Jenkins UI. Okay, so in manage Jenkins section, there is a configuration section for manage nodes. This one, manage nodes and clouds. Here you have to go. By default, you will see the master node only. These are the three agents which I have created, those treated as a slave agents. So let's create a new node, slave agent underscore 3, permanent agent. Okay, slave agent 3, I'm just copying in distribution description and in label also. Remote, so remote root directory, this is required. So whenever your job will be executed, so this slave agent will create a workspace on that root directory. So this is running on local machine. I will show you the slave node execution on both way. One is on the local Windows machine and one is on remote machine. Okay, so first we will see on Windows local machine. So as you can see, my configuration of system, I only have a local disk C drive. So Jenkins is installed on C drive. If you have D or E drive, that will also act as different systems. Okay, so you can create a folder inside a D drive or E drive. So let me. So I have created one folder Jenkins node here. Okay, so at present it will be blank. Okay, so I am just giving this path as a root directory. Okay, so I have given the label also usage. So it says use this node as much as possible. So I'm not going to take that option. I will take option only build the jobs with the label expressions matching this node. So whenever we create a job, in the configuration part of that job, we will restrict that job to execute on certain label. So we will give label of this slave node over that job. Okay, so that way we can minimize the usage. Launch method, there are 4 type of launch methods. Launch agent via connecting it to the master, launch agent via execution of command on the master. There is one more thing, launch agent via SSH. So this way we can connect to the remote machine through SSH. And the last option is like Jenkins control this Windows agent as a Windows service. So for now, to connect to the local Windows machine, we will launch agent by connecting it to the master. Other things you don't have to do and just click on save. Okay, so slave agent underscore 3 is created here. You just have to click that, and here there are some ways to launch your agent, because you can see this cross sign. That means this is still in a disconnected mode, so we have to connect that agent. Okay, so on Windows machine we can take this second option, run from agent command line. Okay, you can see this agent.jar. This agent.jar you need to download and keep it in your root directory. Like this, I have copy paste the agent.jar here. Okay, and then we have to go to this path cmd. So I am on that Jenkins node directory, and then I will run this command. After doing some sort of execution, it will be connected. Okay, so when you refresh this, you can see the agent is connected. Okay, so let's create a job. Okay, before that, please keep in mind, in manage Jenkins, configure global security. You can see this agent section, right? TCP port for inbound agent. So by default, when you install Jenkins, it will be by default keep it as a disable. But for slave node execution, you have to choose either random or fix. But we are not having any fixed port, so we are just using the random port. So make sure this random should be selected. Okay. Now our slave agent is created. Now let's create one job. Okay, suppose I have created a freestyle job, delegated job here. Let's see the configuration of it. Okay, so as you can see, there is an option restrict where this project can run. So here you have to give your label expressions. Okay, so currently our agent is slave agent 3, right? This agent we recently created. So I'm giving this label expression name, and go below. This is Windows machine, so I am just deleting this shell command and I will add execute Windows batch command because this is Windows machine. Echo this is my this job is delegated by master, right? So this statement will be printed once we build a job. Save the changes and build it. When you see the console, you can see building remotely on slave agent 3 in workspace. See Jenkins node workspace delegate job. Okay, so in Jenkins node workspace folder will be created, and inside that this is your job. Okay, and you can see this statement is also executed successfully. So this way you can run your job on any of slave machine you created. So this is with the local Windows machine. Now how to connect to the remote machine and execute your job on that remote machine. Okay, so for that again we will go to Jenkins, manage Jenkins, manage nodes. Okay, and I will just click on this Ubuntu agent and I will click on configure. The same way you need to configure, okay, just but something will be changed. So I'm giving this name as Ubuntu agent, description the same, number of executor will be 1. Now here the remote root directory. So I am using Google Cloud Platform, and in Google Cloud Platform I have created one virtual machine, and that virtual machine will be act as a slave node for the Jenkins. Okay, so in Google Cloud I just have created an instance using this create instance. Okay, here I have given one name just like Jenkins slave node, and then I didn't touch anything, and I just click on boot disk. Here I can see a lot of operating systems are already available. So I have choose Ubuntu operating system and I selected that, but now I'm not selecting because it already created. Then I click on allow HTTP traffic, allow HTTPS traffic and created. Okay, this way you can create your instance. So this is Jenkins slave node created. You can see the internal IP and external IP. So to connect to other machine, you have to give your external IP here. Okay, so you can see I am just going to SSH this. By click on SSH, you can connect to the terminal of that virtual machine. Okay, so when I will click present working directory, so I can see this is my root directory. Okay, so I want my root directory to be on this. So let's go to that creation of self. Okay, so remote directory I have taken like this. Label I have put it same. Again, this option I have taken as same, like only the build jobs with the label expression matching this node. So previously we have connected with the first option. Now we have to connect using launch agent via SSH. Okay, so once you click that, these options will come. So you have to give the host name. So in host you will have to give the IP address. So I have given this external IP address here. Okay, this. Now it will ask for credentials to connect to that host machine. Now for this, what I did, I just go to add Jenkins, and here I selected SSH username with private key. Okay, and in that you just have to give some ID like Jenkins key or something. Then username will be the username which is by which you have connected to the host machine, that is Ubuntu machine. So that will be like this one which I have given, that can be seen from here. Such dash 463 at Jenkins slave node. So this is your username. Okay, so that I have given, and then I have to give the private key. That private key will be SSH private key. So here you have to give that SSH key. So let's generate that SSH key. Okay, first. So let's first go to the SSH folder. Okay, and here you can give that SSH keygen, then -d rsa -f, and you have to give any Jenkins key or something, right? Jenkins underscore key underscore 3, because I might have created a key there, so I'm just looking like this. Okay, once you do this, just have to enter, and this is the RSS image that is being created. Okay, now if you see ls-l, so SSH will provide you this type of keys available here. Okay, so Jenkins key underscore 3 and Jenkins underscore 3 dot pub. So pub is a public key, and this Jenkins key 3 is your private key. Okay, what you have to do is you have to copy this key, public key, into the authorized key. Authorized keys. So authorized keys is something like Google provides some authorization for that key. Okay, so if you see the authorized key already, you can see it is already available there, because I have copied the previous key. Not, then let's Jenkins underscore key 1 dot pub. I am giving the previous key only. Jenkins key 1 dot pub, or let it be the latest one. Jenkins key 3 dot pub. Copying this into authorized keys. When you see this, cat authorized keys. Okay, so this way you can copy the public key to the authorized keys. Okay, cat Jenkins underscore key underscore 3 dot pub into the authorized key. Now let's copy the private key. Jenkins underscore key underscore 3. Okay, so this is your private key. Let's copy this, complete. put it here. Okay, ID is given like Jenkins key underscore 3. This is the username I have given, and this is the private key I have put. Add it and select the latest key from here. And for host key verification strategy, there are 4 options. So we already configured that credentials. So just third option you have to choose manually trusted key verification strategy and click on save. Okay. Now this Ubuntu agent is already active now. Now let's go to the job which we already created. This is a delegated job. Let's do some changes here in this job only. So restrict where this project can be run. Let's use that slave node Ubuntu agent. And this Jenkins slave node is a Ubuntu operating system. Okay. So here your Windows batch command will not work. So let's delete this. Let's copy this statement and delete it. And I will add a statement like execute shell, because this is Unix. So shell command will be accepted. And I'm going to save it. Let's build it. Okay. So you can see building remotely on Ubuntu agent, and the workspace is home such-463, and in this root directory it has created a workspace folder, and inside that your job. And this statement is already executed, and this is success. So this way you can create the slave nodes, you can delegate your jobs to the slave nodes. This will reduce the overhead of master node, and you can increase your performance of Jenkins like this. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you like my videos, and I'm going to share you the number of videos which will cover the Jenkins overall aspects and DevOps tools information. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for update of more videos. Thank you so much.